Horsepower is a way to describe how much work something can do. It's like a measure of strength for engines and motors. Imagine trying to lift a heavy weight. The faster you can lift it, the more powerful you are. Horsepower tells us how quickly an engine can do work, like moving a car or lifting a heavy load. The more horsepower, the faster and more powerful the machine. The term horsepower was invented by James Watt, a clever engineer. He wanted to explain how powerful his steam engines were compared to horses. In those days, horses were the main source of power. People used them for everything. Watt figured out that a horse could lift a certain weight a certain distance in 1 minute. He called that amount of work 1 horsepower. Now we use horsepower to measure the power of cars, motorcycles, even lawnmowers. Measuring horsepower isn't as simple as measuring a horse. There are different ways to do it, but it usually involves measuring the torque of an engine. Torque is like rotational force, a bit like using a wrench to tighten a bolt. By measuring the torque and the speed at which the engine spins, we can calculate its horsepower. It's a bit more complicated than that, of course, but that's the general idea. Horsepower is everywhere in our modern world. Cars with powerful engines have more horsepower, which means they can accelerate faster and reach higher speeds. A family car might have around 150 horsepower, while a sports car could have well over 500. But it's not just cars, motorcycles, boats, airplanes. Even some household appliances use horsepower to tell us how powerful they are. Understanding horsepower helps us compare different machines and understand their capabilities better.